Hi, Shalom. Double honor to the apostles of GMS. Honor you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Right, it's going to be pretty much almost like an open forum. Be going on and touching onto different topics. But pretty much, focus on the destruction of this society. All right. As we know, the scripture says, man, when we go into the book of Amos, the 9th chapter and the 8th verse, all right? I'm going to search that. In fact, that's not what I wanted to. I didn't want to do it that way. All right, if I go to Amos, the 9th chapter, man, and the 8th verse, man, we know that the Spirit of the Most High, man, all right, he's got his angels out here, all right, and they're recording everything that's happening in this society, all right? All of the wickedness that this so-called white man be doing, man, the Most High is recording that, all right? And as we start to see this man's society burn down, man, it's really a time of rejoicing in that we get to be the ones that see the Most High take this man down. Not only that, we've been witness to the elders prophesying this for an innumerable amount of time, all right? When you take you take your mind back onto 2008 and prior and so on and so forth. It's not just 2008. Because 2008 was the big YouTube blow, man. All right, that's when you start getting camps popping up all over the place. All right, by way of the unicorn, you had it to where camps started popping up all over the place. But even prior to that, all right, of which I got videos on my hard drive, man, of Elder Tahar. When Elder Tahar, Elder Kabar, and the elders on down. All right, when they had full on colored hair, so to speak. All right, when they were, quote unquote, young men. All right, and they've been persistent and consistent in the word that they've been speaking. All right, and now the Most High has had it to where the words that they've been speaking those words are coming to pass, man. That's coming to pass, and that's how the true prophets who the true prophets are, man. All right, let me read this right quick. Like I said, it's gonna be open forum. I'm gonna jump around, all over the places as I do, but. Pretty much just going to be focusing in, all right, and really almost rejoicing in the fact that this man's society is going down, all right. And as you're going to see the article in a second, man, you can see they're trying to do all kind of stimulus and so on and so forth. But the maths don't lie, man, right? In other words, the truth doesn't lie, because the math, right, is where the root word math, the elders brought that out. The word math or mathematics has its origin in the word Hebrew word math, meaning truth, man. The truth never lies, man. The math never lies, man. The truth never lies. It's the same statement. So scripture says here, behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom. All right. All the homosexual legislations that they're pushing out there, man. All right. Women marrying women, men marrying men. All right. Of which that's just, women marrying women. That's a useless, that's a waste of two good pussies right there, man. All right. And a man marrying another man, that's completely out, man. All right. And it says, and I will destroy it from off of the face of the earth. The Lord's recording all of that. He's going to destroy this society right off the face of the earth. All right. It says, saving utterly that I will not destroy the house of Jacob. Now, we bring this scripture out a lot, man. All right. But it stands firm, man. This is a beautiful scripture. It's basic, man. It's bread and butter scripture. All right. But guess what, man? This is the stuff that that holds you down. You be out there, all right, and the so-called white man is torturing you, because that's gonna come as I'm gonna read it in the book of Matthew, Mark, the 13th chapter and the 8th verse. You're gonna be brought to question it, man. See, that's the next phase of this thing. That's the next test of faith. See, you got some wayward guys out here, all right. I'm in these different camps, Hard Rock Truth, IUIC, all of them guys, all right, that really didn't even. You failed the first test, which was just following the simple instructions, man. Right, the Most High really didn't, other than holding the faith, you didn't have it to where, you had a blueprint. Oh, all right, if the so-called white man does this to you in that day, in your day of temptation, then you do this. You really don't have that. No one knows what's going to happen, right, when this man really comes down hard on this truth, man. And it has it to where, you become a public enemy number one, man. All right, see, right now they're blaming it they're blaming everything on the Muslims, all right, and really, the worst thing that Esau can do right now is have it to where you're associated with the ISIS thing right now. But they're gonna have it, pretty soon. If you read Rex 84, all right, and Project Megiddo, all right, the black Hebrew Israelites are seen as a government threat, and rightfully so, because we're the next government that's coming up, man. All right, and we're going to be a government in righteousness. That's saved the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, and the 44th verse. It says, and shall set up a kingdom that shall never be destroyed and shall never be left to other people. That's a threat to this society, man. See, they want to carry on with their wickedness as you read in this scripture, man. But the Most High has got his eye on him. Right? He's got his appointed time. And just like how the scripture says, man, when the wicked are in rulership, right, the people mourning. We're mourning right now, man. All right, especially the men of the elect, because when you go into the book of Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter and the 7th verse, it says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. Are we not oppressed in this society, man? All right, people look at you sideways when you want to show your manliness, man. All right, but if you want to be a faggot, you'll be accepted, man. All right, that's a damn fucking shame, man. I can't walk, man. You might have a couple of women. You can't walk in the streets with a couple of women. All right, that's seen as womanizing. What kind of fucking word is that, man? You go tell a lion they can only have one woman. You see if you don't bite your head off, man. All right, that's what kind of society we're living in right now, man. It ain't just men and women. It goes deeper than that. The food that you're eating is all what. That's the worst thing about it, man. All right, the food and the water that you're eating, all right, that's all designed to keep you subverted, man. That's all designed to keep you conquered, man. Right, ain't never been no society where you've been, right, to where the food that you eat is all designed to attack you. It's all weaponry. All right, the air that you're breathing is all a weapon against the people, against the populace, man. Ain't never been no society like that, man. Right, so right down to the spirit, we're broken up, man. Right, but see, the Most High said, saving the out today, I will not destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. But for lo, I will command and I'll sift. So even right now, in the most weakest state physically, right, the Most High still sifting the house of Israel. Right, it says, among all nations like corn is sifted in the sieve, it shall not the least grain fall upon the sand. It says, all the sinners of my people, all the people that don't take heed to the word of the Most High by way of the elders, all right, by way of the brothers that you have out there pushing this word, telling you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you got to get right, right? All that you're seeing on the news, all right, you're seeing it right now, man. It's more evident than ever in that you have it to where this man is giving it, he's showing you that he's being destroyed, man. All right, now, obviously, you got it to where the elites believe they're in control. But like I say all the time, man, right, and you see it in some of these movies, you have it to where a controller of the system will have you believe that, truly believes that they are in control of the system right up until the point when they realize they've been played, man. They've been double played, man. See, what they at least don't understand is those demons that they pray to, right, really work for the Most High, man. All right, they might perceive that, they might understand that, but they don't really get that, man. All right, they're only really gonna get it, all right, when them demons don't be coming up anymore. They're gonna pray to them demons in that day, man, when the Most High really takes that power out of his hand, all right, but they ain't gonna respond, all right, excuse me, but they ain't gonna respond, man, all right. See, what you're gonna find out is, man, right, the Most High has got it to where he's got spirits that work on the right hand side, you got spirits that work on the left hand side. All right, but those spirits that work on the left hand side, all right, they're subject unto the will of the Most High, man. All right, and the will of the Most High is that you Edomites is gonna be destroyed, man. And he's gonna make it feel just like it's in your plan. Your plan is gonna work to the T, right up until the Most High takes it out of your hands, man. Right up until the point where you realize, wait, hold on a minute, man. All right, really. The Most High really does hate us, man. Right? Which is you Edomites. When you go into the book of Malachi, the 1st chapter, the 4th verse, it says, and I hated Esau, man. Hated Esau, man. All right? All right? But then, you got Jakes out there that say, whereas as thou, Lord, loved us, man. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake us, nor prevent us. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. And you're seeing that throughout the four corners of the earth, and close up the breaches thereof, and I'll raise up his ruins, right, and build it up in the days of old. So now, right now, we're in that time when the Most High is raising up the tabernacles of David that is fallen, right? Let me get to this next precept real quick, man. All right, this is going to be in the New Testament, all right, and this is going to be in the book of Mark, all right, the 13th chapter, the first verse and down. Like I said, I'm going to be jumping around. It's open form. There's no script or anything like that. Just going in the spirit, all right? It says, And as he went out into the temple, one of the disciples, I bring this, these are basic scriptures and I bring them out all the time. But, these are the scriptures I really feel, man. They really hit me, man. All right. Because the scriptures could be so basic, but it flies over certain people's heads, man. All right. And you got cats out there that want to go extra deep in that, man. And they get lost in their own depth, man. All right. It says and as he went out, right, of the temple, that doesn't mean to say don't go deep, right? Because Jake will go out there and get crazy with that statement, man. You're supposed to search out certain things. But when it comes to teaching, sometimes just sticking to the basics when you're teaching, that means you don't end up in a pitfall. All right. And when you study, right, and you find something that you might not fully understand, or something that you feel is, that's meat. All right. Then you go to the elders of the camp and confirm your spirit, man. That's how really you grow in the spirit to where, you become, as the scriptures say, the Most High requires perfection, man, until you become perfect. So as you're studying and you're going to get revelations, you're going to get feelings in your spirit that this might mean that. And when you can only confirm that by one, watching the elders, watching the brothers out there that be pushing this truth. And that's how you confirm the spirit, man. I believe the scripture says, study to show thyself approved. All right. So just, some guys just go off of the, or whatever they feel in their spirit, man. Right. And they go off of that. All right. But the scripture says you got to study to show thyself approved. See, if you don't really studying is humbling, man. Because you really realize how much you don't know as opposed to how much you know. You really realize how much you don't know, man. And if you go into any science class, the more you study, the more you realize, man, I don't fucking know shit, man. Right? Any of them scientists will tell you that, man. They really don't understand what's going on out there. Any other than really real biologists, man, they'll tell you they don't really fully understand the human body, man. All right? Because it's a complex computer, really. It's a complex computer, all right? To where the medicine that you got out there, it really is like a virus breaking down that computer. See, it's easy to create a virus, a pathogen, but to fix that, right, you're going to have to go onto the old ways, man, the herbs and so on and so forth. Like I said, I'm jumping around a bit, jumping the gun and, making a lot of statements out there. But, I trust you brothers, you look for them, in statements, look, Google and, the videos out there, you get the information. All right. It says, and as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples saith unto him, Master, what manner of stones and buildings are these? So his, disciples was marveling at the stones and that. And he said, in your house I answered unto him, it said, seest thou these great buildings? All right. They shall not be left one stone upon another, but they shall not be thrown down. It says, and I'll jump to the point I mentioned before. He says, tell us when these things shall be. So they was hastening the day. And he says, and what shall be the signs when all these things shall be fulfilled? And he says, Yahushua answering them began to say, take heed lest any man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying I'm Christ, and shall deceive many. All right. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, of which, that's old news, man. Wars and rumors of war, that's old, man. Right now we're in a time when the markets crash, man. We're in a time when the pound or the dollar don't mean anything, or the ruble, right, or the yen. That doesn't mean anything, man. Okay. Of which, guess what comes after that? The mark of the beast is spoken about in the book of Revelations, man. All right. Be not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end is not yet, for nation shall rise up against nations. Just like how you've seen how these racially provoked attacks out there in America. All right. That's all leading to nation rising up against nation. All right. And you got divisions. They speak about the divisions that you have out there in the police forces. It says kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. There's been all countless amounts of earthquakes this year. All right. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. All right. It says, there shall be famines, troubles, and these are the beginnings of sorrow. This is just the beginning, man. All right. See, really, when this bit hits, that's going to be painful, right? So you're seeing it right here, the Chinese stimulus to stabilize the world markets, right? As FTSE falls again. See, really, this is going to be the time when you're going to get all kind of trouble. All right. So it says here, early trading saw FTSE 100 fall more than 100 points, right, below the 6,000, knocking 30 billion from the UK's top 100 companies. All right. So people going to be losing jobs, man, pretty soon. All right. Another couple of weeks, another couple of months of this, man. All right. We read that again. He says the value of your companies. Right. If the FTSE 100 falls, it fell more than 100 points. It's saying to below 6,000. It's knocking 30 billion off from the top 100 companies, right? And that's over 2 days, man. Remember this market crash started really on Monday, man. They call it Black Monday. Now it's Wednesday, man. Right now you're losing 30 billion. But wait, where did the money go? Right? Really, the answer is the money never existed in the goddamn first place, man. All right? It says Tuesday's trading had shown a glimmer, right, of recovery from the Asian markets crash on Monday. It says the 10-day run of declines suffered by the FTSE 100 adapted briefly on Tuesday after the Chinese central bank cut interest rates. But you say, see, them interest rates, right, were a product of the inflated market, all right, that they put in there, the quantitative easing and so on and so forth. We've been in the most inflated, that means, man, that crash, that real crash, because really, we're stagnating, all right, but we're stagnating on a downward trajectory. All right. So when that real crash comes about, man, it's gonna be heavy, man. I pray our White House is gonna be with me in that day, man. All right. Because they're saying it's the most inflated economy that they've ever been in. All right. Excuse me, let me get some. All right. It's the most inflated economy that it's ever been. All right. Right, and we know the bigger the balloon, the bigger it bangs, man. All right. It says, but it fell again on Wednesday. It says the FTSE 100, right, fell by 4.6 on Monday, the worst session since the economic turndown in 2008, man. And we all know what happened in 2008, man. A lot of people got their jobs. A lot of people are in them new jobs right now, right, because they lost their old jobs in 2008. All right. But guess what, man? This time around, there ain't gonna be no looking back on 2015 as the year that you moved jobs, because the 2015 crash was the ultimate crash ever. All right, but now the market's all right. No, man, it ain't gonna be like that. All right, the market that we're in right now, the financial market we're in, and like I said, I keep on saying, man, it's more inflated than it's ever been before. Right? It says the subsequent rise was followed in Wall Street as the Dow Jones rallied. All right, on Tuesdays by the time trading close, it had dropped, right, again by another 204.9 points, which that's all, Esaus, madness and all that. 130 points. What does money have to do with points, man? All right, that's all that mumbo jumbo that Esau created to keep you really, right, to keep one step ahead of you, the masses of people. If you really go into this money system and all of that, man, you find out it's a whole bunch of gibberish, man. All right. I was watching this video by but one of the brothers, and he put out a video, alluding to the medieval times, man. Right, the 1500s, the 1600s, and all of that. And people were dealing with gold and silver and all of that, man. All right, and gold and silver doesn't depreciate in value. All right, if you had a ton of gold back then, and you still had that ton of gold right now, guess what? You'll be still wealthy. All right. See, gold doesn't drop 130 points on the stock. Well, technically it does, because gold is a commodity that is stolen. It's sold and traded on them stock markets. But really, they might say it drops points and so on and so forth. But really, the value of gold is constant. That's why people use it as a means of money, man. All right. Now we ain't gonna get back, go all up into that. You can read the article for yourself. They're saying, they're getting all kind of losses, man. It's gonna be terrible, man. I pray how shall I be with me in that day, man, because, man, what we're seeing right there, man. It's gonna be, it's gonna be tough times, man. All right, it's gonna be tough time. I'm just gonna put it like that, man. All right, it says, for nation shall rise up against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrow. These are the beginnings of sorrow. It's just starting, man. It's just starting. It says, take heed yourselves, right? For they shall deliver you up to council. Now, I mentioned this, all right? Because we're going to have now, man, all right? You're going to have once there's no money, guess what? You're going to have to attain food somehow. How are you going to attain food? Well, you're going to have, collect yourself into gangs. How are you going to collect yourself into gangs? You can collect yourself to gangs by way of nations, man. See, I know Esau ain't gonna feed me in that day when he ain't gonna eat. I know Esau ain't gonna share his little piece of bread with me in that day, man. Well, guess what, man? I'm gonna have to get down with my people, man. All right, and hell, your own people is gonna turn on you, man. All right. It's just like it says in the book of Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. A man shall rob his neighbor. All right, something to that effect because of the lack of bread. All right. See, even amongst these nations are gonna be rising up against each nation, but you're gonna have divisions amongst them because you might have one cat that's got a lot of food and ain't even sharing it out, because he's concerned about the longevity of his family. Guess what, man? His own people gonna jump on him. His neighbors gonna jump on him, man. Right, and smite him. You know. It's but take heed yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to council. So all that, you know, I can't give you the exact, you know, sequence of things that's going to happen. The Most High left, you know, certain mysteries out there that's just going to have to be played out in that time, man. All right, but the scripture says you got to take heed when you know they deliver you up to council, right, and take you to council, all right, in the synagogues, and you shall be beaten, and you shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for testimony against them, right? So just for speaking, so you got guys out there that say, oh, you ain't gonna go out and win, but the Most High said you're gonna be taken to counsel just for a testament on them, man, a testimony against them, man. All right. And guess what, man? Some of you guys that think you're in good leagues with Esau, man, and you're trying to, you know, have an American, you know, version of this truth, you're gonna have a rude awakening when they clash you as us. But see, you ain't gonna have the benefits of being one of us because you was pussyfooting, man. All right. When I say the benefits, and you know, first and foremost, I pray I be one of the benefactors. You know, I don't know if that's the correct word, but one of them that attains the benefits of being, you know, of the elect, man. All right, because you got a lot of guys there that came, not within GMS. I'm not talking about GMS. I'm talking about guys that call themselves Israelites out there. You know, like FOP, IUIC, Hard Rock Truth, right? The men under the ISUPK, all right? You know, that amalgamate the American way of life, so-called English way of life, the Western way of life with the truth, man. You know, fucking your woman up the ass, all right? But talking about you're a Hebrew Israelite, man. All right? See, them guys, they're gonna get whacked up by Esau, right? You ain't gonna have no angels coming and saving you, all of that, man. All right, because I tell you this from now, man. If if them stories, you know, them stories that happened back in the time when it talks about the men that held the faith, right, and the angels came to them. Guess what? That's gonna happen again, man. See, that's gonna be the ultimate, the ultimate test of faith. Of which, man, I pray, how should I be in that situation? I show my faith, man. That's gonna be the ultimate test, all right, in the fact that the Most High is gonna have it to where you're gonna be at the point of death, man. All right, you're gonna be chained up or whipped or whatever. The Most High might have it. Hey, the Most High might have it to where you're beheaded. It says that in the scriptures, man. Them that were beheaded for the testament of the Most High. It says in the book of Revelations, man. Right, them that died for this truth, they're gonna be raised up first, man. It says that, man. But you might be, in a situation where they're trying to attain some information of you. So maybe it might just be some pseudo information, man. All right, but in other words, they're trying to get you to sell out, trying to get you to eat some swine. You got account of that in the book of Maccabees. All right, I can't get all of the scriptures right now. All right, but you got account of that in the book of Maccabees. I believe it's in the 7th chapter about was it 7 brothers? Might be 7 brothers, and they all held the faith, man. All held the faith, right down to the least one. You're telling me guys can't go out and the truth right now is at the point where it's just so easy to get, man. Right, the Esau's kingdom is going to be decided. Oh, what do you mean by that? Or have you seen the financial market? Oh, I get that. It's just so easy right now, man. All right, to get the basics is just so easy, man. And it comes down to this, man. When it says in the book of Isaiah, the 6th chapter, and the 9th verse, man, let their eyes be darkened. All right, let their let their hearts be heavy, their eyes be darkened, man. All right, and let their ears something to that effect, man. To where really the scripture says you got a curse upon you, and when is that curse gonna come up? Because Isaiah said till when, man? Till the cities be laid waste. And how the cities gonna be laid waste? By them, because there's another backstory that's happening in the background, and people gonna forget about that. All right, you still got American troops on the Russian borders right now, man. Oh yeah, the market's going down. Really, that could be a distraction. You never know, man. Who knows what Esau's planning in the background, man? All right, that could be just the biggest distraction ever, man. They could have just gone, sent ground troops out there into the interiors of Russia, man. Of which they already got, agents and so on and so forth in that. They show you that in their spy movies and that. All right, but they could have just unleashed war out there in Russia. But people are talking about the so-called financial markets and that, because people are more worried about their own belly, all right, than their own, longevity, so to speak. But hey, ultimately, like the Book of Revelations tell you, man, America's gonna be destroyed in one out, man. All right. So I'm gonna start wrapping this up. Like I said, I didn't get too much scriptures, but hopefully the scriptures that I quoted out there, you brothers go out there and you check it out and that. All right. There's a low budget production, but hey, that's how it goes sometimes, man. All right. It says, right, and you shall be beaten, right, and you shall be brought, right, before the rulers and the kings for my name's sake, right, for a testimony against them, and the gospel must be first be published amongst all nations. All right. So, hey, this thing is gonna go out throughout the four corners of the earth before the Most High really takes that, before the Most High, and really it has done, man. All right, and we know for the scriptures, the Most High was, is more than capable of raising up 1,000 men in one day. How much more so with the unicorn, with the internet? How much more so with the internet can the Most High raise up not just 1,000 men, but 144,000 men and the 1/3? That's an easy task, man. Right, especially if some guy is getting beaten, all right, out there for reading the scriptures. You're gonna look into that. You're gonna search into that. All right, people. If that was that's why we're not on the news, man. All right, if that was to be put on the news, man, people will wake up at an instant, man, and this thing will get destroyed, man. So Esau knows that, all right? But, like I said, man, just rough things, all right? Just, some ideas and concepts out there, all right? I'm going to say, I hope you brothers are holding faith, all right? Double honest to you, brother, to the elders of GMS, honest to you brothers that be pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom.